Hello everyone, I'm Deb Courtney. Welcome to my YouTube channel today. So glad you're here. Run into a couple of girls the other day who was saying, you know what, Deborah, I'm enjoying your videos that has to do with your journey through your journal, but we do miss your quick tips in regards to other topics that you have done in the past. Could you do some more? And I said, okay, not a problem. I'll throw some in. And so this is one of those videos where I'm going to do that. I've got four quick tips that you can use right now that has to do with enjoying the wait. Have you ever heard anybody say, are we there yet? It's usually children because they seem to be impatient, but not so much all the time. I have seen some adults be impatient with waiting. So the first tip that I want to give out to you is this. We know waiting is a fact of life. Okay. So we're going to have to wait no matter what we do. And we actually spend more time waiting in life than we do receiving. If you was to really consciously add up the minutes, you'd probably figure that out. Our attitude and actions during the wait determines whether we enjoy the trip and the length of it. Patience is a virtue. You have to intentionally have patience. It is not anything that comes right out of the sky and falls in your lap and you have it. No, it's something that you have to work on. So I have found during my lifetime that if I can find something that I can put my attention on while I'm waiting on something to transpire in my life, transact in my life, then the waiting time doesn't seem as long, doesn't seem as boring, doesn't seem as aggravating. So I would like to suggest that you take a look at your attitude and actions and how can you parlay a more positive and upbeat in regards to what you're waiting on that's coming into your life. The second tip is this. There is a good reason that we need to wait. It has to do with dealing with attitudes that hinder us, such as being jealous of others who already have what we are waiting for. And there are attitudes that needs to be worked out in us and others. You know, sometimes the wait period is really good to find out what an individual is all about. And if you let enough time transpire, then you can basically have a better understanding in probably coming up when seeing something that you didn't know was actually there in an individual. This has to do with waiting in regards to, because you know what? Because people have a hard time waiting, a lot of times you will see a different attitude in an individual when they are impatient in regards to something that they want to happen. And you'll say, I've done this. Say, golly, I didn't know he was like that. Because the period of time of the waiting was prolonged, that the individual really, really showed a part that I didn't know was there. And so I was really glad that I had to wait for something to happen because it showed me whether or not I would be interested in doing this with this person again, or get involved with this person in something else. And so sometimes there is a positive in the waiting. Number 3 is preparation is a process that requires time, and any length of time requires a wait. Doing our own due diligence should be a mandatory act that we enforce in each decision we make in regards to the choices we make. We have to make sure. So it does take time for preparation. You know, there's the real simple example is seed time and harvest time. A farmer goes out and plants seed in the ground because he wants corn. And so he puts the corn in the ground and then he has to wait. He nurtures it, tills the ground, it's watered, and then at a proper time, it shoots up, the stalk does, and it gets larger and larger. The next thing you know, it has yielded the corn. And so we have to remember that when we do our due diligence in watering something, whether it's a relationship, friendship, and tilling the soil in that relationship, friendship, And it can be it can be it can be personal relationships, friendship. It can be businesses. It can be something in a business that you need to see whether or not you need to incorporate this into your business. It applies to anything in life. And I've used this in personal life, in business life, in every facet that I have had to encounter was to do my own due diligence and what is the end result that I wanted to take place in regards to that, if it could take place. And so preparation is something that requires time, and you should take the necessary preparation time to see if something is an absolute fit for you or if it's not a fit for you. Even when number 4 is even when we are more mature and ready for some of what best of the life has to offer, we may be waiting for someone or something to deal with the other person who is involved with us. Maybe we're ready, but they're not. Maybe the situation looks like it's ready for us to jump in, but there may be something, a hesitation there it's kind of pulling back from us really jumping in regards to something that we want to take place in life, whether it be a friendship, a relationship, a business deal, whatever it is. Sometimes we have to have waiting time for the other thing to get up to speed or to come up to par to where it needs to be in order for us to have a great relationship, a great friendship, a great business. So sometimes it's not so much us as it is the other individual or something else. And the last thing is, let waiting have its way with us, because people, relationships, friendships are intricate and multifaceted, and we need to allow time for unhealthy attitudes to work themselves out or healthy attitudes to work themselves in. Remember this. Waiting is not wasted time. Never is. I never had to wait on anything to where in the very end that it come up to be wasted time. So hope this was good for you. It was good for me to parlay this to you and let you know about patience and being how to have a good attitude, how waiting can be a good thing for you. So anyways, glad you found me. I'm glad I found you. Go out and make it a great day, and I'll see you again next week.